Hey everybody, this is Miss G. I am on here with, unfortunately, some sad news. I will not be able to meet with you guys tomorrow, so we will hold the class virtually, but it does make me really thankful that we got a head start reading Salvador Late or Early and Long Black Veil. We didn't read Long Black Veil yet, but I am glad that we did kind of get a head start on that since there will not be a face-to-face class tomorrow. So I did want to come on here and give you a quick little video overview of this week and what you can do. So if you look, we are still in poetry. We read Salvador Later Early last week, and then we're going to continue with reading Long Black Veil, which actually I will include two different video versions. Later in this unit, we'll do Song as Poetry Project. So Long Black Veil is actually a song performed by Johnny Cash. It's also performed by Dave Matthews. So if you've had me before, you probably know how much I love them. So I'll include both YouTube videos of versions of that so you can listen to it and kind of get a deeper understanding. Then you'll have your first set of poetry questions that are due Sunday night, this coming Sunday, and then you'll have the Getting Lit multimedia activity, which actually I'm going to pull that up really quickly and just review the instructions for this. So the objectives is just for you to gather a baseline knowledge about literary devices and elements to support your interpretation of a literary text. So you need to look up 15 literary devices or literary elements, and that is as simple as opening a tab. Oops, I can't do it because I'm app where I'm screen recording. So shoot, how do I get out of here? Hold on, guys. There we go. I'm free. Okay, so anyways, that's as easy as opening up a Google search and looking up a list of literary devices and then creating a presentation. So for each of those devices that you look up, so 15 of those, you should find an example of the device, right? You should offer a definition. You should create a visual representation of that right, of that device. All right, and that should be in a multimedia presentation. So an example of the device being used, the definition, and visual representation. You can use Sway, PowerPoint, make a YouTube video, make a Prezi, a TikTok, anything creative and fun that you want to use that you can upload. So if you are doing like a YouTube video or a Sway or a Prezi, you can paste the hyperlink right into a Word document and then upload that Word document as your submission. Obviously, if you're doing a PowerPoint, you can submit the PowerPoint. So just keep that in mind when submitting. Or if you have some issues with that, we'll be flexible this week, especially since I won't see you guys. So if you look, here's the grading breakdown, right? You're going to have 15 of these. So you need to include the definition, the explanation of the impact of the function, give an example of that device used, offer a visual representation, and then obviously overall creativity and correctness of those terms. You must cite the source. So if you go to Google and you use a literary device list, you just need to cite that source. Okay, so make sure that you are giving credit to the sources that you use. Failure to cite sources will result in a failing grade, so make sure you cite the sources where you get all of your things. Okay, so that is want to make sure that you do that. If you go into discussion for this week, let's go into week 2. You are essentially posting a rough draft of your Getting Lit multimedia activity. So you should have at least 5 by Thursday night. So post your first 5. And that way you and your classmates can kind of look at what you're doing and give each other pointers and tips. So that is the week 2 discussion for this week. All right, so I'm going to go back into content and I am going to go into the Start Here tab, and I am going to just review the reading questions grading breakdown for you guys. So the objective of these questions is to help evaluate your understanding and how you're mastering each of the course outcomes. So this first week, next week, the questions do start off a little bit more simplistic, and that's fine. That's totally fine. Don't sweat it. They will get increasingly more complicated later in the semester. And there'll always be just 4. So your audience is just yourself, your classmates, your instructor, anyone considering the literary text. So the format, question answers must be able to stand alone as an interpretive claim about the literary text. Responses must thoroughly answer questions using direct quotes and textual evidence as support, then contextualize these quotes and evidence. All right, so this should be formal academic writing. Your answers should be in MLA format. The answers should be numbered as they correlate with the questions, and all sources must be cited on a works cited page. So if you should be citing the texts, right? So if it's PDF from a classroom, or if you're citing the poetry, you should be citing your sources. You shouldn't need any outside sources to answer these questions either, just simply the poetry. So if you look, read the questions carefully, then read the literature carefully. Thoroughly answer each question clearly, asserting your claim or response. Use textual evidence and direct quotes from the literature to support your claim. Then clearly explain how the quotes, evidence support your claim. Follow the writing about literature paragraph structure if needed. All right. So, and I know we haven't had a chance to go over this, so I may come on here with another video explaining that. But if you look, there are 20 points per reading question assignment. So each question you can earn up to 5 points. So if you look, the criteria to get a full 5 points, there is a thoughtful claim in response to the question. Well-selected evidence and direct quotations are included. That means you should be directly quoting the poetry. The evidence and quotes are thoroughly explained so that they support the overall claim, and that's clear and convincing. All right, 3 or 4 points. Right, the response may be weakly developed. It may lack clarity. 1 or 2 points. Response includes inappropriate or unacceptable interpretation, but an attempt is present. No supporting evidence is used. And then 0 points. No answer is attempted, or blatantly incorrect or off topic. Okay. So review this before you start. I'm going to go back into content. And I might just come in here and do another video kind of looking at long black veil. But here's long black veil, and here are your poetry questions. 1, I know we talked about 1 and 2. All right, and question 3 and question 4, how is irony used in long black veil, and how is symbolism used in long black veil? So those are pretty simple, more simple questions. So this essentially, along with the multimedia activity, getting lit multimedia activity, those are your tasks for this week. Again, I'm so sorry I can't see you guys this week. But I will definitely be there next week. So let me know if you have any questions. Shoot me an email, and look for another video where I kind of do a little more focus here on these poetry questions in long black veil. So have a great day, and I will talk to you in the next one.